As you know, Poncho, Survivor Series is this Sunday. Hey, I know I'm a huge fan of WWE, especially the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and SummerSlam and Survivor Series. Those are the four main top pay-per-views in the event's history, in the competitiveness history, in the athletic history of wrestling. But my question to you is this, Poncho. You know, Survivor Series, they've always had their traditional 5-on-5 elimination match. And this year it's Team Raw versus Team Smackdown for the men's and women's. My question to you is, which men's team will win the Survivor Series match? Will it be Team Raw or Team Smackdown? Well, you have to excuse me there, DJ Blazin. Kind of a little sick and everything, so I apologize, first of all. But I'm Team Blue all the way. Repping Team Blue, Team Smackdown. SmackDown's always been my show. Ever since this came on, SmackDown has always been rated as the B show. And SmackDown has always been talked about for being the second best show behind Raw. And Monday Night Raw is the huge show. It's the number one promoted show. And SmackDown doesn't get promoted as much as Raw. But over the years, SmackDown's always has to prove itself over and over and over again. I mean, when does SmackDown going to get the recognition that it deserves? When does SmackDown going to get the main promotion? When is it going to get the top stars? When is it going to get the best of the best? When is it going to get the respect that it deserves? And I mean, Shane McMahon, he's done great, and Kurt Angle, he's done a great job. But the storyline with Stephanie threatening to fire Kurt if Kurt doesn't win the match. Even if Team Raw loses and Stephanie fires Kurt, Kurt's going to still be in the business as a part-timer. He's still going to be in the business behind the scenes or something like that, regardless. Because it's in Kurt Angle's bloodline. And the storyline with him and Jason Jordan being on the team, to me, you don't put a guy that don't has experience whatsoever. Jason Jordan, he's going to be a great superstar one day. He's going to be a great athlete. But you don't put a man in there that has inexperience. And to me, for one, by Kurt putting Jason on the team was favoritism. But number two, it's just not smart business-wise. Because especially if your boss tells you that you have to win, you have to put the best of the best on there. And Jason Jordan, don't get me wrong, he's a great kid, a great athlete, but he's just not ready yet for a type of match like that. And I liked what Stephanie McMahon did as far as putting Triple H in the match instead of Jason, because where Jason got injured, that allowed Triple H to get on the team. And I liked what Shane McMahon did as far as bringing John Cena back, putting John Cena on the team. And don't get me wrong, I'm for Team SmackDown all the way. And I know in my heart that Team SmackDown can and will win the match this Sunday. But my gut feeling and my mind tells me that Team Raw is going to win. Because if you think about it, 90% of the time, Team SmackDown has always beaten Team Raw. And there's only been like one or two other times that Raw's beaten SmackDown. So this year, I believe Raw is actually going to beat SmackDown. I hate to say it, but I believe they are going to beat SmackDown. And let's just face it, Team SmackDown is going to rep, and there's no way Raw could beat SmackDown. But here's the scenario with the only reason why Team Raw is going to win is because somebody from Team SmackDown more than likely is going to turn on Team SmackDown and join Raw. And really, that's never happened before. You've seen SmackDown people, you've seen Raw people turn on its own brand Raw to go to SmackDown. But you've never seen a SmackDown person turn on its own brand to go to Raw. So I think that's going to be a first in history that we're going to see a SmackDown person go to Raw. And Triple H and Stephanie, if anybody knows how to convince anybody to join their brand, it's Triple H and Stephanie, because they got the money, the business decisions, and the smarts to bring somebody over. And here's the scenario. Here's how it's going to go down the match. Now, you're going to see a lot of mix-up matchups. You're probably going to see Triple H and Bobby Roode go at it, which that'll be a dream match any day. Kurt and Shinsuke Nakamura, more than likely. You're going to see Braun Strowman just beat the crap out of everybody. And don't get me wrong, now, Braun Strowman, if he wanted to, he could dominate the entire match. If they would allow him to, he could just wipe out Team SmackDown with one hand. I mean, that's how strong and that's how confident Team Raw is in Braun Strowman, and that's how good Braun Strowman really is. Braun Strowman really is that good, and he is going to be the next big monster in wrestling. But Braun Strowman is going to be eliminated from the match because of the scenario with him and Kane, and where him and Kane still got issues going on Raw. And Kane's just not going to allow anybody to come in and take his place. So Kane somehow is going to inject himself into the match, and somebody from SmackDown more than likely is going to eliminate Braun Strowman, and then Strowman's going to go after Kane and just going to fight Kane all over the arena. And now, Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura, they're inexperienced in this kind of a match. Now, around the world, they're great wrestlers. They're great singles wrestlers all over around the world. They're great. They're talented. They're going to be great superstars in WWE one day. They're going to be great, more than likely some of the greatest superstars ever in the WWE. But they're inexperienced in this type of match. And I see Triple H eliminating Bobby Roode with the pedigree. And I see more than likely Samoa Joe probably eliminating Shinsuke Nakamura. Which leads me to Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. They're going to be counted out or disqualified from the match because they can't stand each other. And there's no way that they're going to be able to team up on Team Raw. So they're going to be counted out and eliminated from the match. And then you got Shane and Kurt going at it. Either Kurt's going to eliminate Shane McMahon, or Shane McMahon's going to eliminate Kurt. Either way, they both going to be eliminated from the match. And then Triple H, if Shane does end up eliminating Kurt Angle in the match, Triple H is going to come right in. Triple H and Shane will probably go at it a few times. And then Triple H will probably end up pedigreeing Shane McMahon. And Triple H will eliminate Shane McMahon. Which leads to the three best superstars ever in the WWE. Triple H, John Cena, and Randy Orton. And those three is going to come down to Triple H being the sole survivor for Team Raw, and John Cena and Randy Orton for Team SmackDown. Now, one or two reasons is going to happen for Team Raw are going to be the reasons why Team Raw wins. One, Triple H knocks out Randy Orton. Randy Orton's going to be knocked out for a while. Triple H and John Cena are going to go at it. They're going to stare each other right in the face and go at it. And Triple H is going to pedigree John Cena. John Cena's going to pick out. John Cena's going to do his submission move. Triple H is going to get to the ropes or something like that. As soon as John Cena hits the AA, the Attitude Adjustment, right before he goes for the pinfall, Randy Orton's going to come in and just backstab John Cena and Team SmackDown. Just hit an RKO on John Cena, which allows Triple H to go over and get the pinfall victory. And Triple H will more than likely win the match for Team Raw, and Randy Orton will turn on Team SmackDown in order to join Team Raw. Because according to WWE.com and Creative Team, They're planning on making Randy Orton a heel someday, which more likely will be a Survivor Series. And we never seen Randy Orton. He's been the sole survivor for SmackDown numerous occasions. He's been on Team SmackDown numerous occasions, but he's never been a part or backstab SmackDown. So for him to backstab SmackDown and go to Team Raw, it's going to be very interesting. And which leads me to scenario number 2. Was Randy Orton will probably get eliminated by Triple H. It'll come down to Triple H and John Cena. And then when John Cena hits the AA, the Undertaker returns and comes out and attacks John Cena. And he just chokeslams him, tombstones him, does whatever he has to do, and then Triple H gets the pinfall victory there. But Triple H will more than likely be the sole survivor for Team Raw. And like I said, that's the only 2 ways Team Raw is going to win. Either Randy Orton's going to turn heel and go to Team Raw and join Team Raw, or the Undertaker's going to come out and just chokeslam or tombstone John Cena, which allows Triple H to get the pinfall victory over him. But that's just my predictions. If I'm the WWE creative team, if I was the producers, that's what I would do. But that's just me. So, I mean, either way, it's going to be a great match at Survivor Series. It's going to be a good one for the ages. More than likely be one of the best ones of all time. And if Kurt Angle ends up keeping his job as general manager, hey, it'll be worth it. But if not, he'll be a part-timer. He'll be wrestling part-time and all that. But the question is, who will be the next GM? Because if Shane McMahon wins at Survivor Series, he would have went through general managers Mick Foley and Kurt Angle. So, I mean, if I was Stephanie McMahon, I would bring somebody just as tough, if not more tougher. I mean, just a possibility, Teddy Long's out there. Hey, I'm just saying, though. But it's going to be a great match, and I hope Team SmackDown, my team, Team Blue, wins.